All right. Happy Friday, everyone. Just getting set up here. It is stupid windy outside today. All right. We got the chat set up here.
All right. Got that set up here.
Looks like
That set up here.
looks like sound check's good. That's good. So, where to begin today? Um, see a couple spots. I mean, it's all really simple. I'm gonna airbrush some orange into the windows to kind of make it look like it's, the lights on inside. Um, Other than that, I'm gonna keep it pretty simple. Um, Gonna do some Nuln oil. I basically put like a wash over the bricks. Get into these little cracks and crevices and add some more depth to it. I mean, it's not something anybody's really going to be looking at close up. So my physical therapist has a favorite squirrel out by her work where I go to physical therapy, and I thought I had this print. It was two misprints, and I had it laying around. It was actually two halves. You can see the other half over here. I just cut off, this part. I cut off, and anyways, I thought it would be. It just occurred to me that I could make a little house for a squirrel out of it. So I did that. I widened up the holes a little bit. There was like a little wooden frame right here, so I cut that out. Then airbrushed everything, all the gray parts gray and the brown parts brown. Um, Airbrushed over white first, because it's just easier to lay the browns down over a white base. Almost like a zenithal highlight was what I used. But yeah, pretty easy, simple stuff today, really. Just need to add some Nuln oil. Got some in here. Should have a hole. I don't have a new bottle of Nuln oil, so maybe I don't have a new bottle. Combine these two. This is basically just a wash that Citadel makes. It's really good stuff, though. It's like liquid talent, basically. Anything that makes a paint job easier, that's what I like to call it. Like your what is it called? Panel liner, accent panel liner. That's liquid talent. We'll just do a little test spot down here at the bottom to see how this has got some good definition to it. You can see that kind of just muddies up the cracks a little bit, settles in. Looks cool. Kind of helps bring out the details real quick and easy. I don't know that I like this brush for it though. I just got a ratty old brush. I think something like a big flat would do better. I mean, this thing's going to be screwed into a tree outside, so the details aren't super important, but I still want it to sell. You know, I want the look to sell. It's gotta look good from 20 feet too. You know, I want it to make whoever I want it to make whoever's looking at it want to come closer. That's what I'm looking for, I think. I've got to have another bottle of this somewhere. I do. Got a brand new bottle. Okay, cool. Now I don't feel the need to be so sparing with it. I tend to always keep a pretty good stock of Nuln oil on the paint shelf. Nuln oil. Just kind of want to push it into those little cracks and crevices. Really helps bring out the definition. Use a blow dryer to kind of speed up the drying a little bit. Huh. I think on the... I feel like something darker on the roof, maybe. Let's see here. Try it on this side first. No, I think I'd rather do it with the dip. Got a game wash from Vallejo. Thin it down a little bit more. Hope everybody's having a good day, though. It's Friday. I almost said Friday, but I don't know why. I hate saying that. Get paint all over me already. That's good. It's fun to be messy when you paint. Okay, where was I? I was shaking this bottle up. This is the Vallejo Game Wash. I just added some thinner to it. There's not much left in the bottle, so the bottom's a little chunky, and I wanted to go ahead and just like add some thinner to it to break it up a little more and make it easier to spread out. Could add some medium to it, but I don't have any. I might have some actually, but I don't know. So let's try it back here first. Yeah, I like the way that looks. Maybe add some more water to it. I will say, compared to Nuln Oil, this is a much deeper wash. And by Nuln Oil, I mean this. It's a wash by Citadel. And the game wash is a little deeper. It's made for minifigures, so, you know, makes sense. Dab that off a little bit, gives it a nice woody, a little more of a woody feel, like it's old wood. It's the look I'm going for. You said wood. All right, and then again, we block that off. It's had a minute to do its thing. Kind of digging it in there to get those little cracks and crevices really good. Let it soak in a minute so that it gets to do its thing. Yeah, that's looking pretty sweet. I like it. I 3D printed some dinosaur fossils way back and found that this was a good way to fossilize the print, as it were, make it look like it was bone that had been sitting in the ground and suffering under pressure for millions of years. But it the same technique works pretty well for making like this wood effect. That's looking good. And then you can leave the windows different and just say, you know, you can tell a story with your paintings. You know, they used a different wood for the windows, or they have to replace them every so often because the season where this house is, the seasons change and the windows crack and get old, so they got to redo the thing. You know, I don't know. Make it up as you go along, but you kind of want you want your painting to tell a little bit of a story. You know, it just makes it fun. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, now we'll work on getting some detail into these stones. Jerry, what's up, buddy? Welcome, Jerry. So we're just using Null Oil. This is the little house for Gus Gus that I'm making for my physical therapist. She's got a little friend that hangs out near the office where I go get physical therapy, and I thought, oh, I got these old prints of birdhouse that I had made that failed prints. So I cut one of them, you know, and I cut the bottom half off of this top and created the roof for it. That's how I did that. And then, flipped it upside down, glued it on. Makes a nice little house. And the opening's big enough for a squirrel to fit in there all comfy cozy. So I'm going to sneak over to the offices after they close one day when I finish this. I think this will be done today. Pretty easy job. But I'm going to just screw it to the tree. The print actually comes with these mounting plate, like a mounting bracket built into the print, which is cool. So I've got two mounting holes here and another one there. So it'll be pretty cool. She'll show up for work one day and see this little house out there, maybe even occupied by a little squirrel named Gus Gus. So we'll see what happens. I'll definitely keep everyone posted on whether Gus Gus takes up residence or some birds or some shit. Hopefully the gardeners don't come along and fucking tear it down or something. I'm gonna just start with the frame. Yeah, I thought it'd be fun. It's like they always say in the hobby, you know, never throw away your misprints and stuff. You know, you get to use those for practice, or something else that comes up. This is one of those instances where I had a misprint, and I'm glad I held on to it. This Null Oil is definitely one of my favorite, probably my all-time favorite freaking pre-made washes. that you can buy on the market. Stuff is just magical. I love it. Just whatever formula they use to make this stuff is pretty amazing. I just wish they sold it in damn bigger bottles. I've seen some shit on the internet on how to make it, and I've tried, but it's not the same. I'm kind of like painting some of the brick, where it's not brick, kind of painting that to make it look like there's brick there. So some of the brick looks old and some are newer. Not too worried about it on the back side just because that's going to be the part closest to the tree. You won't really be able to see it much. So how's your day, Jerry? What are you up to, man? It's Friday. Hopefully you have the weekend off. Now you're whooped. Yeah, I feel you, dude. I remember those days. I'm going on 5 months now on disability. Swear the shit just moves at such a snail's pace. I'm not bored though, I'm not gonna lie. But it would, I miss being outside every day. Because I don't spend a lot of time outside on my own. Actually, I think kind of like the windows like that. Yeah, I'll leave that. It's looking pretty cool. I'm happy with this. Yeah, I think we'll definitely be done with this today. Yeah, I got another month before I get to finally see my orthopedic surgeon. Find out what the hell is wrong with my shoulders from him. I have no idea where my workers' comp case is at, other than that they want me to see a QME, qualified medical examiner, or something to basically look me over and give his opinion of what he thinks is wrong with me, based on he or she thinks is wrong with me based on all my CT scans and MRI scans and X-rays and all that shit. And then he tells the insurance company, he tells workers' comp basically where to shove it, I guess. And meanwhile, I just sit and wait for all my appointments. Like, that's super fun. Doing it though, I'm living it. So my new thing with my soda stream is I mix Pepsi syrup with Code Red Mountain Dew. When I have a sorry about that, chat. Somebody was trying to call me. They'll leave a message if it's important. But yeah, everything's just hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. Yeah, I know. Like, the only people that are in a hurry to settle or get anything done is workers' comp, which I appreciate, you know. But things can only move as fast as the doctors can move anything, and it takes a month just to see your fucking doctor. But I'm not complaining. I mean, it is what it is. I don't want it to come across as a complaint, because like I said, I'm not bored. You know, I've got my YouTube channel. I got things to do. So it's not like I'm sitting here bored out of my mind waiting to go back to work or anything. But sure would be nice to know why I'm in so much fucking pain all the time. And that's really what I'm wanting to find out. Like, why am I in so much fucking pain, and what do we do to fix it? That's all I care about. That's what I want to know. Like, I need wider coverage with my brush. Let's go to the big boy. These bigger parts will just go faster if I have a bigger brush and more paint on it. the wood elements in the print were just too light for my taste, so I wanted to add a wash to them. Yeah, feed the pups. Get at it, homeboy. Cool. Yeah, that's starting to really look like some like kind of gnarled wood. We'll just let that dry right where it's at. Let's start on this side. You can take your towel, paper towel, and kind of just dab a few spots. It just leaves kind of like a patterned imprint on the bricks. Let's see real close there. It's real faint, but it's got its it does a job. Right on, Jerry. Good to have you back, my good sir. Take kind of an overall look at it now. Yeah, I still haven't seen him through all the times I've gone to physical therapy. I haven't been lucky enough to meet Gus Gus, but yeah. She said he's not too fat. She's actually she saw the model before we painted it, and she said, if I cut the little wood frame out that was there, he'd probably fit with no problem. They can squeeze into some pretty tight little spaces, so I figured he'll figure it out. And hey, if Gus Gus doesn't end up taking up residence in the house, then hopefully it'll get occupied by a bird or something. I think I'm pretty stoked on this now. I think about the only thing I want to do is add some brighter green highlights on the vines, just kind of touch them up here and there and call it good. Yeah, overall, I really like it. I'm keeping it pretty simple. It's FDM printing, so you can see layer lines and stuff like that. But, from the 25, 30 feet, maybe 40 feet, that their office window is from the tree that it's going to screw into. I think it's going to look great. It's going to look really cool. I'm going to do a pretty thick matte protective coating over it. So it should be pretty well protected. It's a big pine tree that it's going on. So I think it'll blend in really nice. It's going to look cool up there. I'm really digging the way the wood elements turned out. I think it looks cool. It's like a piece of driftwood or something. Yeah, put some food in there, right? That's a great idea. Put some peanuts in there. That's a really good idea. And you will get credit for that, Jerry. Of course. I really like that idea. I think some peanuts would probably work just fine in it. Because they can't get through the bottom half there. Oh, I can add to that idea when I think I'm gonna install it. I'm gonna end up installing it the night before my next appointment. And when I come in for the appointment, I'm gonna bring her a bag of peanuts. And then we can walk outside and she can put some peanuts in there. She'll probably have already seen it by then. But yeah, that's a great idea, dude. That'll be fun. Add some more fun to the adventure for Gus Gus. Okay, I got this little brush. That should be fine. And I got some bright green here. I got my new paint shaker. I think I only paid $89, $79 for it. I like $10 off on it, so not too bad. Haven't used this paint in a while. It's gonna make sure it's really well done there. I don't know if you tried to come into the live stream yesterday. Had a pretty major internet issue out of nowhere, and turns out that my lazy ass, from not rolling up my cable every night and putting it outside or whatever, closing the door on your Ethernet cable a bunch of times apparently wears them out to the point where the wires get exposed and break. So yeah, lesson learned. Don't be lazy, fuck, and pull the cable in when I'm done with it, when I'm done live streaming. All right, done with the game wash, and on to our light green. I don't know what's up with YouTube notifications sometimes. Or all the time, really. I don't. Jen apparently has problems with hers all the time, too. This is just a really cheap, you already know this, Jerry, but for anybody else watching later or now, it's a super cheap airbrush paint made by Roy Zafar. I have no idea. No idea how to pronounce that. But I'm just going to be adding some little tiny streaks to some of the plants. to the vines. Just add a nice bright little contrast of green here and there. Well, no, in general, like I was kind of lazy about putting the cable away because it's 100-foot Ethernet cable that I have to run upstairs um, because it's just too far away for the mesh network to join from upstairs. So I have to run a 100-foot cable down to get good access, internet access in the studio. And it goes into the house, and I've been kind of lazy about winding the cable up. I have like a cord winder, and I've been kind of lazy about not kind of lazy, I've been super lazy about winding the cable up when I'm done live streaming. So naturally, closing the door on your Ethernet cable over and over and over again over a period of time, probably going to cause some damage to it. And yeah, I had to replace it. It's one minor inconvenience about having my studio. Well, one of several minor inconveniences about having the studio downstairs instead of up in my office in the house. Eventually, I will have like a minor studio set up in the office, but that's a minute away. Yeah, yeah, definitely not good. Which I knew. I don't know. Just finish live streaming. I want to go sit down and play my video game or something. Just leave the cable hanging out. I mean, I tried to kind of like make the door fit around the cable, but that didn't work either. Anybody got any special plans for the weekend? What are you guys up to? What's going down in YouTube land? Calling it good. That's it. Gus's home is finished. We're done. Missing one little element. Where's my gold Sharpie at? So what are you guys up to this weekend, Jerry? There we go. Now we're done. I want to get little business cards made with the QR code on them for my channel. That's one thing I need to do. Not sure yet. Gotta make a trip to Hobby Lobby tomorrow. Oh, bummer. God, I hate going there. Every time my wife is like, when we're out doing errands, she's, and she, on the occasion says, I need to go to Hobby Lobby too. I'm like, no, no. And she just starts laughing. Because she knows I'm like, okay, let's definitely go to Hobby Lobby. You know what I need to do is like write Gus's name right there. That's what's missing. There we go. Little Gus. It won't be so shiny once I put the top coat on it. Oh, thanks, Aaron. Appreciate it, dude. Yeah, I just finished it up. So that's Gus Gus's little home. Jerry had a good idea. We'll put so the plan is the night before I have physical therapy, my next appointment, I'm gonna go screw this into the tree that's across from her office window. Well, it's across the window from the physical therapy place I go to, and it's Gus Gus's tree. And when I come in for physical therapy that day, I'm gonna bring a bag of peanuts for my physical therapist so she can put a bunch of peanuts in there to attract Gus Gus and let him know, like, hey, buddy, that's your home. So, yeah, he's got his little name on there now and everything. So, here's what's next. That's good. Okay, cool. And just need to open my garage a little bit for some ventilation. That's good. Okay. I gotta turn this fan off for a minute. Yeah, I'll just aim it the other direction. How's that? That's better. I need the coating to be kind of extra heavy because it is going to be outside. So I want to give it some extra protection from the elements. All right, that's good. Yeah, it looks really good in natural light. Feel like it might need a little bit more around the middle. Sucks because my finger's tired. All right. Good old flat clear Krylon. All right. Check the 3D printer here. I got a print going. Oh no, it looks like we got some delamination there. So I'm printing a guitar right now for like a test run on a replica guitar. It's an Ibanez Gem replica. First attempt on it, so it's, I don't know, it's gonna be yay big. Bigger, maybe. So I got that going. And then we got Boga up here. And I think what I need to do is put another coating of primer. I want to get some primer all the way on her feathers and all the way down the tail today. So that I can get a really good look at how the seams are looking. And then we'll get back into some sanding and, you know, seam corrections, anything left over. So we're slowly getting to the point where we're going to get this, get some color going on this girl, get her legs glued on and all that stuff. So it's getting there, which makes me happy. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get right into that. The closer I get to getting all these seams and everything to a point where I'm really satisfied with the way they look, then she's going to be ready for a zenithal highlight and color, which I'm really excited about. I'm going to use my 0.4 millimeter on my hard-earned Steambeck Ultra. It's feeling good. I think I actually cleaned it well enough yesterday, so that's good. All right, let's mix up some primer. She's so big, I'm gonna have to set her aside for a minute while I do this mixing. This shaker will take a paint bottle of this size, but you definitely want to kind of hold it down. I had some ball bearings around. I keep forgetting I want to put one in there. There we are. Got some agitators here. It's always good to throw an agitator inside a bigger bottle like this. A bottle this size, doesn't hurt to put 2 or 3 of them in there even. It's little ball bearings. You can order these on Amazon. Comes in a little case like this. Very helpful for mixing larger bottles of paint or even smaller bottles of paint, like especially white. Any white paints you have, white is the most difficult paint to work with, and it's because of the way the paint settles. It's really important you get all that pigment in suspension to get your whites even, and you definitely want to have an agitator in the bottle when you're mixing, whether you're mixing by hand or you got a nice, you know, $90 mixer like this one. Need to give this a really good mix. You can take a pipette like this when you're mixing your paint with thinner or something, and that pipette is really good with a few squeezes. You know, you just suck some paint up into it, and swirl it back in, give it a good squeeze out. That'll mix up your thinners and stuff really quick and easy and thoroughly, I have found. Try to keep that out of the way so I don't bump into it. I'll tell you, it feels good to be putting paint down in general on this thing, even if it's just to test my seams. I already know of a few that need an extra go over with the putty, but for the most part, they're starting to look really good. Like this whole section of belly, I kind of want to go over a good portion of it. The hard part is that you can see where some of these scales they're polygons, you know, from the sculpting process. And the scales that get produced out of the texture roller are a little more, I hate to say it, like more realistic looking. So it's really difficult to get the right mix. Me being such an anal retentive perfectionist, I'm going to wind up going over parts that don't even have a gap or a seam on them just because it's not matching up to the scales right. Clogging up a little bit here. So a little blow dry real quick here. Yeah, I can really see that, the difference between the scales. I think by moving up into this scaled area a little bit, I only need to cover up so much because the rest of it won't be seen because it's underneath. But this part here, I'll fix that up a little bit on that section. For anybody jumping in just now, this is obviously not a squirrel house. I decided to just start working on Obi Wan Kenobi and Boga as soon as I finished Gus's squirrel house. So that's what we're doing, is working on Obi Wan Kenobi Rides Boga. I try to work on it any chance I get because it's such a damn huge model, and I'm getting closer and closer to where I can start painting said model. And that is very exciting for me to be at this point. Oh, I'm going to need a lot of paint. I'll tell you. Just getting this thing primered. This thing is so freaking huge. Really difficult to work with at this workbench, but I'm too lazy right now to pull the other bench out, so I'm just winging it. Now to get inside the tail real quick here. The best part about this is that it tells me I'm in the final stages before I can really finally start getting some color in this thing. I'm really, really excited about that, but I have to be patient with myself in getting there, because there's not really any turning back once you get to a certain spot. I mean, not without having to start all over again, you know, reprimer it and just start over from scratch. But I'm really happy to be at this point. Get some of these other paints put away here. Tell you what, she's definitely going to eat up a lot of paint. Yeah, the feathers will go pretty quick, I think. It's mainly going to just be airbrushing several different colors and then putting like a wash on them to get the detail out. But I think they'll go pretty quick. I hope it goes fast. Getting a little clog, it feels like. And it's trying to push through. There it goes. All right, I'm going to have to hit this other angle off camera, it looks like. Here we go. Yeah, these tail feathers, they might be a little tough to get to. Just, you know, use probably a 0.15 millimeter nozzle on the airbrush so I can really get in there. All right, set that aside to dry. And I've got some other parts we can play with. All right. These will fit. All right. Oops, put my glove on backwards. All right. There we go. What I'll probably do is just wind up clipping this section of video off of this live stream and then post it as like a separate live stream. Huh. Not really any good spot to hold it from. I'll just pick a feather and that one's going to be the last one. Yeah, Jerry, there's more feathers. A lot more. Yeah, man, there's so much work to do on this freaking model. Got to get it done by August. Has to be done. And then next year, there's going to be a modeling competition. And if I feel like it's worthy enough when I'm done with it, I'm going to enter that competition. I guess they have a 3D printed category. It's a local model competition out here in California. I have to say, my personal favorite primer I've been using lately for airbrush, this Vallejo primer is the flat black is fantastic. I really, really like it. Lots more feathers. Got to mix up more primer yet again. Definitely going to have to order more of this. I knew I was going to be going through a lot of paint for this model. A lot of everything it's been taking to get this thing done. It just, what an undertaking. But seriously, I definitely have to say I don't know if I underestimated what it was going to take to put this thing together and get to painting it. I mean, I knew it was going to take a lot, and I knew it was going to take a long fucking time. But holy shit, man. I definitely asked myself if it was something I really wanted to do. And my answer was yes. I had never done a 3D printed project of this caliber or size in my life. So it's kind of like one of those, why not? Go big or go home, right? But for any of you maybe considering working on this model, give yourself very heavy consideration on it. Go look at my live streams, and that's just the way I did it. I mean, this is the way I'm doing it. You may have a better or different way to do it. That's cool. But it's a lot. It is a big, big, big project. It's the lower jaw. That one's done. This is the nose. Or the nose horn thing. Goes on her noggin right there. Might as well primer that too. Jen, there you are. What's up, my dude? My dudette? I lied about Gus Gus. Well, I didn't lie. I finished Gus Gus's house. But as soon as I was done with that, I started working on Obi Wan Kenobi Rides Boga. We are primering stuff. Super excited. All right, that's pretty well dry already. Still going to leave these out to dry all night. Jan, did you get your mail yet today? Or maybe that goes to your post office or something. I didn't even think of that. Did you get your mail today, Jen? Ah, cool. Yay. Good. I threw some goodies in there. I could just like stick my pinky in there and yeah, that'll work. Yeah, you like the brushes? Very cool. I'm glad. I literally have like 200 of those fucking things. I was happy to part with some. That was all courtesy of my good friend Tahoe Trooper, otherwise known as Eric. And yeah. So technically it's all courtesy of Tahoe Trooper. So I'll give him a shout out. I know. One can never have too many brushes. I agree. I didn't say I had too many. I just, I'll definitely say I had enough to share. Yeah, I'll have to show you Gus Gus's house here in a bit. Oh, you're very welcome from both of us. They get so much of that stuff that it's one of those things where it's like either come get it or we're giving it away or throwing it away. Oh, it feels so good to have some parts primered. Like, these are pretty much ready for paint, which is fantastic. Really happy with that. Gotta get them set aside for dry. Some dry time. Definitely gonna have some more work on Boga herself. Can't even remember where this one goes or if it was something I wasn't going to keep. I'll set that aside. I know this one is trash. And then you got Obi Wan. Really going to have minimal cleanup to do on him. Some supports and stuff to clear out. Gonna have to dig some of those out. But overall, it looks pretty good. Pretty excited. I'm almost at the point where we're ready for wiring and get all these pieces glued on and then start the arduous task of painting her. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be super wild. Okay, let's see. I gotta get Boga set aside somewhere comfortable. Yeah, so much shit all over the place. And I did get the blaster bolt explosions. Those are printed now. So they're still drying. They're probably ready for cure, actually. They turned out really nice. I got those drainage holes in there to clear up. They are hollow now, so I know they're done right. They all look pretty good. Didn't get any, very little, just a tiny bit of layer shifting here and there. But overall, they look great. So we'll get those fixed up tomorrow, prepped throughout the weekend or something. And then get back into painting those on Monday. Ooh, put a lot of paint through this guy today. Definitely going into the jewelry cleaner. So how's everybody in the chat? What's going down, y'all? What's everybody doing this weekend? I know Jerry's not sure yet. Jen, what are you up to this weekend? Are you working? Hanging out with the folks? What's everybody doing? Please feel free to hit that like and subscribe button if you dig my content. Got a lot more coming. We're going to be working. We're back to work full time on Obi Wan Kenobi Rides Boga. Now that Gus Gus's house is finished, right now I'm just cleaning up this airbrush. I'm gonna put a little bit of airbrush cleaner in the cup. Clear that out in a minute. Get the rest of this paint put away, and then we can revisit Gus Gus's new apartment paint should be pretty well dry, at least enough to lightly handle it. No work. Easter with the family. Cool. I'll be spending Easter with my wife and I. Don't know what I'm going to make yet. I'm definitely going to make her get in the kitchen with me, that's for sure. My wife lets me do all the cooking because I enjoy cooking more than she does. But don't get me wrong in that she can cook. She's a really good cook. She just doesn't like it as much as I do. So it's not that I do the cooking because I'm a little bitch. All right, let's see how our paint's doing here. Yeah, this feels great. Cool. Okay. Gonna have to set the camera back a little further because Gus's little apartment's it's kind of tall. There we go. There's Gus's new abode. I don't know where my other thingy went. Let me see here. Let's see, is this gonna work? Now, if you like this little print, I think it's adorable. I found this on, I believe it was Thingiverse, and it was free. Or I think you can donate money to it or something. But it's really cool. This would be the trying to make it go slower. I don't know how this thing works. Oh, there we go. Oh, cool. Okay, that's nice and slow. But yeah, if you like this print, I think I got it on. See, I got Gus's name written up there. I got it on Thingiverse. It's got like a normal, like thatched roof, but these were a couple of misprints that I put together. I basically cut the bottom section off of the other one that screwed up, that misprinted, and so I wound up gluing that on top for the roof. You know, they always say, I said this earlier, but yeah, people in the hobby always say, don't throw away your old prints. You can use those for practice or repurposing them, something to this effect. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't throw these away. I did this with my old FDM printer. Actually, I think I did this with my Cobra 2 Max FDM printer. But it's a super cute little model. If you got a loved one that, has a lot of birds at their house and they love feeding the birds and putting bird houses up. It's a cool little print, and you can get it done and paint it any way you like. Make a cool little birdhouse. This is for, if you don't know the story already, you might wonder, who's Gus Gus? Okay, so I go to physical therapy like twice a week. And my physical therapist, she's a total sweetheart, love her to death. But she's got a little friend that comes and visits her window at the physical therapy place. Oh, thanks, Jen. I think it's cool. And her little friend she named him Gus Gus. He's this little squirrel that cruises around the property and jumps around the tree, and she feeds him walnuts and stuff like that, She was talking about Gus Gus one day, and I remembered, like, oh shit, I have a little treehouse, birdhouse thing in the studio that I'm not doing anything with. I could probably glue those two halves together and make a cool little squirrel house out of it. So that's how Gus Gus's little squirrel house came to be. I didn't have enough room on this brick to put Gus Gus twice without it being illegible, so it's just Gus on the house. Backwashing my airbrush here. That looks good. Got a lot done today. Finished Gus Gus's house. Got a bunch of parts for Obi Wan Kenobi Rides Boga, primered and ready for paint, which is a really big deal for me. I feel like I've crossed some kind of threshold in getting closer to the finish line with that model. I've still got some little minor things I got to do. I got to figure out the battery pack and the lightsaber switch for the base. I think I'm just going to order another battery pack and start fresh. Hey, if y'all don't mind, I know some of you already did, but if you could pop that like button before you bounce out of the chat today, I'd super highly appreciate it. No, this is not an alcoholic beverage, by the way. Just in case anybody's wondering, it's just Pepsi and Code Red Mountain Dew. Not that I give a shit if you guys see me drinking on my channel. It's my channel. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, Easter. It's Easter weekend. Goes without saying, I really hope everybody has a super safe and fun Easter weekend. I'm not saying goodbye yet. Whatever you guys do, you know, have fun and enjoy your family. Most of my family is all pretty far away. And so I won't be seeing them, unfortunately. Let's have a look-see at our print here. So I'm printing an Ibanez guitar. It's a replica of... Well, that's really not sticking well up there. That's not how it's supposed to look. So the neck, can't really see back there, but the neck's printing as well, and it looks like it's printing really well. So I may have to reprint the body. A friend of mine is interested in printing and painting guitars or having them done for him. I'm not really sure. We're not really sure yet. So I'm giving one a try. I play guitar. He plays guitar. I thought it'd be fun to print a little replica guitar to paint. Could be fun. Oh, and it is starting to get really warm down here for me. We get this weather condition here in Southern California called the Santa Ana winds. And it's a wind that comes from the high desert, but along with that wind, it brings higher temperatures. You know, it's a high pressure system. It is a little droopy, yeah. So anyways, it's like a high pressure system, and it's super windy, and it gets really hot. And right about 4 o'clock, which is now my time, the sun, if it's sunny outside, the sun is beating on the garage door, which is literally 2 feet that way. And yeah, okay, Jen remembers the Santa Ana winds. Yeah, they're lame and brutal and shitty, especially if you have allergies. My poor wife has been suffering. Um, but yeah, that's one of the reasons why I generally start to cut my live streams off at like 4 or 5 o'clock here. Because if it's warm outside and it's a sunny day, it just turns into a freaking oven right next to my paint bench. Like I said, my garage door is metal and it's 2 feet that way, so it just starts getting really hot sitting here. But that being said, I am going to wrap it up for the day. I once again want to thank everyone for cruising in and saying hi. Please don't forget to hit that like button. And if you like what you see on my channel, I hate to sound so YouTuber-ish, but alas, I have become somewhat of a YouTuber. It does help grow my channel, and the more people that I get to reach throughout the world, to share this hobby with, and maybe you have something to teach me, maybe I have stuff to teach you. Either way, we're just sharing the love of the hobby and having a good time with it. Just here to have everybody hang out and have a good time and enjoy painting and 3D printing stuff. It's a blast. It's a really cool hobby. Definitely gave me a new lease on life, and I'm really grateful to be here. And I'm really, really grateful for all of my subscribers and friends out there, friends and family alike. Won't see you till next week. So that being said, have a great day. Have a super happy Easter. I love you guys. Happy 3D printing, happy painting, and I'll see you soon. Toodles.